Hey guys, it's the Artsy Gamer back again for another video in our channel, and you know how this works. Grab your teas, grab your coffees, maybe a little bit of food, and let's do this. Okay then guys, you know how this works. Let's take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Oh yes, going on my Spyro coaster there. And yes, guys, if you are new here today and you're into retrospectives, complete unboxed experiences, art and graphic design, and of course the odd bit of nostalgic talk, then you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, if you're really enjoying the Artsy Gamer mess and madness and want to get notified when my next video goes live, then yeah, just pop on your notification bell, how by Tails. Anyway, today's video, we're going to continue with our theme that has been running throughout this week, which is top 5 of 2025.
It's top 5 of 2025.
Depending on what context we're on about. So one of my videos this week, we're actually having a look at my PlayStation 5 wrapped up for the year. That was really interesting. That just covered a lot of the games I put the most hours into. Not necessarily my most favorite game that I played over the year. So of course, the next video we were having a look at my favorite games I have played in 2025, and that was a really fun video to do as well. And today, actually, I want to have a look at my best manuals that we have covered on this channel in 2025, and that's exactly what we're going to do here today. So yes, starting from number 5 all the way to number 1, 1 being my absolute favorite and 5 being pretty good, pretty up there. So starting with Sonic Mega Collection. Yes. Now, well, we might as well get the manual out rather than actually having a look at the case. So let's give it the Artsy Game a quick pop and a quick look at the disc and then straight to the manual. So yeah, reason being this one makes my top 5 is because in this manual there is some wonderful illustrations of some of the box arts that were used back in the day of lots of Sonic games, actually. So if I just flick through this, and yes, it's in black and white. I know probably people are thinking, hang on, Artsy Gamer, it's in black and white. You love a coloured manual. And yes, I know, but honestly, guys, you cannot beat having a look at some retro box arts. And yeah, this manual really does go to town with it. And also, guys, gosh, yeah, even just dotted around this manual as well, there are some wonderful, yeah, character models, which is really lovely. And actually, this one was the one that inspired me to do the like button here with Sonic. So yeah, this really did have to feature in my top 5 for sure. Now, if I just keep flicking through, and yeah, here we go. So we've got Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and this was one of the original box arts, which is so awesome, isn't it? Yeah, really wonderful, really lovely, and it's just something that you can kind of go back to and go, oh, yes, look, that was the box art of the time for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I think that's really, really awesome. Yeah, look at these really lovely retro Sonic and Tail characters there. Yeah, really nice. And of course, I will just show you a few more. And yeah, just what a lovely little manual, lovely beefy little manual as well. Look, here we go, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. How fantastic on the Mega Drive there. Yeah, I really do love how they have popped this manual together. It is really great. And it would have been absolutely fantastic if it was in colour. If it was in colour, I do think this would have moved up the ranking, in my opinion, especially as I've dabbled with this manual quite a lot to help me with some of my art inspiration on this channel as well. Yeah, for example, the Sonic there with the like button. But yeah, I think because it's in black and white, unfortunately, didn't quite make it, you know, maybe to number 3 or 2. So yeah, and again, this beautiful character model here was also used to help with the sub now as well. So yeah, a very, very wonderful manual that has helped me out with this channel. Also got lots of feedback on the video that I did deep dive and do, you know, the complete unboxed experience, saying, yeah, that was actually really awesome. I want more of this. Can you do more of this? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And this is what inspired me to kind of, keep looking at boxes and going into the manuals and deep diving into them, you know, a lot more than maybe other YouTubers. So yeah, there we go. So had to be in my top 5, of course, and we'll just have a look at one more maybe. Yeah, there we go. Look at that Sonic 3D. Look at that. That is crazy. Yeah, really wonderful. And what a fantastic little manual here. Yeah. And you know, even down to the detail on the back here, you know, we've got the just some nicknames as well that have been given to them, which I thought was great. You know, you got the Chopper, obviously, you know, Tails with that propeller of a tail. We've got Sonic Hair, the governor, of course. He's kind of a leader of the pack, isn't he? And we've got the enforcer there. Yeah, you know, Knuckles is always there to give it large, isn't he? He's kind of the one that just, stands his ground, very content, and you know, if he needs to get the job done, he gets the job done, and just that's the kind of guy I like. And Knuckles is definitely that character, isn't he? Yeah, and always giving it the good old punch and the uppercut.
Yeah, and always giving it the good old punch and the uppercut.
You know, because I'm into jiu-jitsu and martial arts as well, so yeah, I've got a soft spot for Knuckles there. But anyway, yeah, had to make my top 5 for sure. And also, actually, in this one as well, we did get a bit of an advertisement slip. So, of course, this one is in colour. You know, anything with an advertisement slip, I just absolutely dig. And of course, a lot of these advertisements were in colour as well. So yeah, this really did have to make my top 5, of course. Just look how pristine this is. And it really does go into a lot of detail with some other games they were releasing back in the day there. Yeah, really wonderful. So very happy with that. I might even have to do a top 5 advertisement slip. But yeah, nevertheless, really happy with this collection here. And I actually got this from a gaming convention in Wales, actually. And I would recommend going out to some of those. I keep saying, you know, CEX and Vinted and all that, but I tell you what, if you can get to some gaming conventions, go for it. Because I tell you what, it is just rows and rows and rows and rows of retro games, simple as that. And there's modern stuff there as well, but just hundreds of retro games and stuff that you'll definitely find there, and maybe not so much in CEX and other kind of reselling stores. Does that make sense? A reselling store? Anyway.
Does that make sense? A reselling store? Anyway.
Let's move on and let's have a sip of coffee, guys. Come on, let's have a quick sip. Come on. Lovely. Okay, coming in at number 4 is this one. No questions asked. Red Dead Redemption. Now, I picked this one up because we had a viewer of the channel, Matt, who won a Crash Bandicoot piece. It was my original Crash that I did as my giveaway, and it was one of my first giveaways I did on this channel. And as promised, one of their, let me just get my words right here. Sorry, guys. One of the conditions to enter the competition was to put your favorite game of all time down in the comments below. And as a promise, if that person won the Crash, then I would do a complete unboxed experience of the game that they put down. Yes! So there we go. And Matt, bless him, he chose Red Dead Redemption. And of course, I picked this one up. And I was so surprised at how pristine and how beautiful this manual was. And then I was like, well, actually, it's Rockstar. It's going to be. So yeah, this one had an absolute beauty. So let's just get this one out here. I tell you what, this is brand new, this manual. I can tell you now, you might as well have just picked this up from a storefront now, brand new. It really is pristine. But I just absolutely loved doing this complete unboxed experience on the channel. I think this was one of the, kind of first manuals that was showing, images like this, really complex, in-depth images. And I was really starting to go to town with kind of like my interpretations as an artist going into some of these lovely images here. And I mean, just look at that. How beautiful is that there? And, I would be saying something like John here, again, maybe just contemplating life. Why is he here? What is he doing? And as a gamer, that just screams like, okay, cool, this is very unknown here. What am I going to be doing? And let's go. So yeah, it was something like a time for me to really get down and nitty gritty with my interpretations as an artist, and how I think that artist there portrayed John and the game. So that's what I'm trying to say there. And this manual did it so well. It really did. Even down to just the finer details of the images at the top there, I thought were wonderful. And again, something that I hadn't really noticed before until I started doing this channel, that I would start to look at the finer details that the developers didn't have to do, but did, just to make the experience really compelling for the gamer. So yeah, little bits up here, not so much necessarily looking at the screenshots themselves. I mean, obviously, yes, I am, but I was starting to really explore some of the smaller details, and that I want to kind of show to the viewers as well. So yeah, really wonderful. And just the colors used in here are absolutely spot on. It really does capture that game. It entices the gamer. Every single image here has been selected specifically as well to help the person understand, the mechanics of the game and what to expect, but not give too much away, but also want to give some action shots, gameplay. So yeah, it's a really fantastic, wonderful manual, and it had to be in my top 5. It really did. And because it's so pristine as well, yeah, it had to be. But yeah, there we go. Obviously, I'm not going to go into the full, gashes, slashes, etc. If you want to see that, go and see the previous video where I did do a complete unboxed experience of this. Absolutely. But yeah, had to make my top 5, and this sits comfortably at number 4 for sure. Yeah, and this was a PlayStation 3 title as well, and I do want to be, doing a bit more PlayStation 3, as that is a retro console, absolutely. But just slowly starting to build up my PlayStation collection first, my PlayStation 2 collection, and then I'll start to explore PlayStation 3 a little bit more. But yeah, thank you, Matt, actually, for recommending Red Dead. What a manual, what a game. Of course, I'm definitely going to be playing this one on TikTok for sure at some stage. I've had lots of requests actually for this game, so yeah, I definitely will. All right, then, coming in at number 3. Now, this is actually quite a recent pickup for me. It is Tomb Raider. Now, I had no idea when I picked up this one that the manual on this is so beautiful. It's crazy, in fact. So we are going to deep dive into it now. So yeah, Artsy Gamer pop. And just look at this. And again, another really pristine manual, basically brand new. And instantly, I was just taken back by the way it just says field notes. And I'm like, yes, okay, this is a piece of material that needs to be used alongside the game. Yeah, absolutely. So instantly, I'm like, yes, here we go. And just, I mean, I'm lost for words already. Just down to the paper used here to look like it is almost like parchment paper. It is Lara's journal that she's writing in as she's going through all these missions and adventures to find treasure and stuff like that. It is filled with beautiful character models instantly here. I mean, come on, guys. We've got a really great character model of Lara there. Just waiting, I guess, for the gamer to pick up the controller and go. That's why she's kind of like looking behind her, isn't she? I think there. And again, goes through a wonderful bio and something that I do need to go back and explore and read to you. Yes, I have promised that I am going to be doing more of that stuff where I will be doing almost like an artsy gamer story time. I have done it once already with Super Mario, and I got some great feedback there. So yes, definitely stay tuned for that. Hoping to do some of those in 2026 for sure. And then yeah, a lot of the pages have got some really lovely pieces of artwork on there, from actual digital imagery to, I would say, pencil art that has been put onto this manual. So really great stuff. Of course, you know, you've got the basic mechanics, but, you know, even down to the screenshots, guys, these are in full color, and anything that's in color like this just absolutely pulls me in. It's really wonderful to see. So yeah, really fantastic. And you do get a vibe that this is her field notes, and as you're playing, you know, you'll be ripping out this book to go, right, okay, oh, that's how you pull off that move, brilliant. Okay, it's almost like Lara has wrote it down herself. You know, it is kind of that handwriting text that is used here, which I think is great. And then, you know, you have got a lovely little screenshot there to help you really get to grips with, right, okay, that's what I need to do there for that specific mission. Right, let's have a look at the notes, I would like to call it, that Lara's put down. Right, okay, R1 is fire, good. R2, throw the grenade, great. You know, and you'll be using this alongside your game. You know, that's what I would do anyway, I think. If you've got a manual like this, then yes, you are so having that by your side as you're playing through the game for sure. Oh wow, you know, come on, look at that. There we go, Lara just looking into the waterfall there. Fantastic, really wonderful. But of course, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I've already done that actually. So yeah, again, definitely have a look at my previous videos on this channel. That's really cool. I love that piece of art. Oh yes, I do remember this though. I mean, come on, this is a beautiful piece, isn't it? There. Really spectacular. How awesome. How lovely is that? Yeah, I would say that is more of a bit of a representation of some pencil art there that is used. Yeah, for the tombs that she's going through. So yeah, brilliant. And of course, yeah, pretty much that. But yeah, fantastic. What a manual. And of course, this definitely had to be number 3. There we go. So just popping that back in there. And we might take a sip of coffee, guys. Come on, we might take a sip. Let's go. Let's go. Let's have a sip. Come on. Beautiful. Right then, okay. So coming in at number 2, said it already, Super Mario. Yeah, really, really great manual in here. Again, full color, so we will just have a little flick through here. Okay. I love this. Really awesome. I love all the little power-ups they've used there. How great. So yeah, this is another beefy manual that I absolutely adored, and I loved showing it you on this channel. It was great fun to explore, filled with colourful character models. How great, how fantastic. We've even got an actual level running at the bottom here, and that is what I was saying. I kind of wanted to actually draw some of my viewers down to the finer details in these manuals that can often get missed, because it is a shame. It is a shame not to identify some of these beautiful pieces, you know, that are dotted around the manual there that, you know, the developers didn't have to do, but they did. They did want that to go in the manual to give the gamer a truly holistic experience, playing on the game and have some hard copies to actually, you know, have a little look in, have a little play around with, you know, use as you're gaming alongside. So yeah, really great. And I mean, come on. I mean, look at that. I mean, I have no words really. It's just absolutely spectacular, isn't it? This manual is top notch, top tier. And what I really loved about this manual as well is towards the back, but I do just want to give it a little bit of a flick through, just, you know, if you haven't seen that video, just to get you a bit of an idea of what this manual can do. I mean, come on, look at this level at the bottom here. I think it's great. Again, like I said, definitely check out my video if you haven't already. But this was one of the first manuals where I did do a little bit of a artsy gamer story time, because at the back of this manual here, we have a little love letter from Princess Peach to Mario, and here it is. There we go. Just kind of going over some of the levels and stuff and mechanics that you will see in the game, but it was written as a love letter, and I thought that was really awesome. I thought it was so cool. And yes, I actually sat down with you guys and I read this lovely love letter from Peach herself, and again I got some really lovely feedback. People were like, yes, I love that, let's have more of that. So yes, that's exactly what I've got planned for 2026 as well. Don't worry, of course we're still going to be in. Oh, I can't get my words out. What was that?
Oh, I can't get my words out.
I'm still going to be doing my complete unboxed experiences, of course. But within those complete unboxed experiences, it will be a little bit too long of a video, I think, if I just started to actually read a load of bits and bobs from the manual itself. So yeah, there will be separate videos, but I think why not? They deserve separate and dedicated videos, don't they, for me to read out some wonderful pieces that are in these manuals and that are often missed, because it is a shame, it really is. But yeah, this had to feature in my top 5 because this love letter I thought was absolutely beautiful. It really was great. And this one came in at number 2 in my top gaming manuals of 2025. So yeah, there we go. And I'll just pop that back in there. And I just love how that, again, you know, they haven't gone for a complete copy and paste. A lot of these haven't actually, you know, even with Tomb Raider, not a copy and paste at all. And again, like Red Dead, you know, again, nothing was really copy and pasted or reused. And that's what I love about a gaming manual as well. You know, make it a little bit different. So yeah, really wonderful. Right then, well, coming in at number 1, baby. Okay, now it might surprise you, I don't know, but for me, it had to be. And it was GTA San Andreas. Okay, now people are thinking, okay, why? You haven't really done too much content on GTA San Andreas. You haven't even started it on TikTok yet. But I just love the poster that I got here. This was kind of one of my first GTAs that I got, you know, on the secondhand market with a pretty much a pristine poster that I showed to the channel as well. So, you know, you get everything in this, don't you? You get an absolutely spectacular manual, and, you know, you're greeted with a badass poster as well. And, you know, I've got to show you it. And I do count this as part of the manual. Absolutely. I really do. It's like the all-round experience that you get. So even, you know, little extras. So, you know, you got a manual, you got a little extra as well, which I think is brilliant. And there, look at this. How wonderful is that? You know, wow. It's truly great, isn't it? To see games doing that back in the day. You know, they just went that little bit further to really just bring that gamer in. And I think that is spectacular. And it is a shame that I don't think we really saw anything much else after these. I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, we had GTA 4, but did we get anything for GTA 5? I could be wrong. Yeah, there might have been, you know, collector's editions and stuff like that with a poster. But did GTA 5 come with a really lovely poster? I'm not too sure. But anyway, who doesn't love a retro GTA poster? And yeah, this is great. And again, absolutely pristine. Really happy to have this in my collection. And you know what, guys? You know, I should have it in the backdrop, shouldn't I? I should have it in the backdrop somewhere. Maybe I'll have to think about that. Maybe I will. Or maybe get a frame for it or something. Because I guess these are a little bit rare now. I wonder if these are starting to get a little bit rare, to get them, you know, a really lovely pristine condition there. Because, you know, these are, at the end of the day, this is just paper. So I'm sure a lot of these just either got chucked away or got ripped and teared, you know. So I wonder if these are starting to become a little bit of a rare breed now, these posters. I would actually be quite interested to know. But yeah, this one is pretty, well, pristine. Yeah, top notch. Yes, I might have a few little, like, finger imprints and dents, but in terms of it absolutely, you know, not being scuffed, teared or ripped, you know, nothing like that at all in this manual. So yeah, well, poster. Here's the manual. Now, the manual, I would say, maybe is a little bit, worse for wear. Just a little bit. There is a tiny bit of scuffing there to the side. But what I really appreciated about this manual was just the next level detail in this. Again, full color. But the kind of like the really cool advertisements. Like, this is almost like a magazine that you'd pick up in the game, which is what I absolutely love. This is almost like a piece of material that you would see in the game. It's almost like you've dipped your hand into the TV and picked up a magazine from one of the storefronts that is seen in the game. I really do believe that. They've gone into town, they have probably gone to town as well, but they've gone to town with all the awesome information, radio stations, advertisements that you see, things that you can do in the game, but all laid out in a magazine, which I think is great. It really has given you that holistic feel again, hasn't it? This is a piece of material that you can use alongside your game to just make you feel really like, yes, okay, cool, I'm playing this game, let's go. And you know what radio station was it that I wanted to listen to? Okay, let's bring out my magazine that I bought from the shop. Like, it's that vibe that you get. And so there you go. And you can use that to have a little flick through, which I think is great. It's the same kind of vibe that the Lara Croft manual has given me. So yeah, I absolutely dig that. Really, really wonderful. And this was kind of, like I said, the first kind of game that I showed to the channel that had a really awesome manual and a fantastic poster. I just thought that was great, and it was like lots of things I could show to the camera. And again, I was also getting that really arty-farty with the great character models in here and the graffiti art, and just to show basic mechanics of the game, the story of the game. So yeah, really, really great. How fantastic. And of course we will just pop that back there because I'm the artsy gamer. I don't want it to get wrecked or ruined. Yeah, these bits of art are, sacred.
Yeah, sacred.
Okay, lovely. And going back in there. But of course, guys, I do have an honourable mention. I really, really do. And yes, I do have to whoop out Vice City. Absolutely. Now, this is another manual that I really, really loved. Again, full colour. Art, graphic design is just absolutely top notch in this, even down to the front cover. I mean, come on, the front cover for me actually probably has to be the best GTA front cover I've seen. And the disc is actually in my PlayStation 2. As you know, guys, I am currently playing through this. But yes, reason being, honourable mention. But OG subscribers of the channel will know that my logo, my artsy gamer logo, came from some inspiration from this gaming manual. And you know what, guys? That's why I say keep loads of material, keep your gaming stuff with you, because you never know, it could inspire your next art piece if you're into art and graphic design. Absolutely. And yes, here you go. So I have the Cherry Popper Ice Cream Company here. Now that probably does look quite similar, guys, doesn't it? So yes, I use that to help inspire my artsy gamer logo. So I just changed up the text in the middle. I messed around with the color a little bit, and I also gave it some drips because I really like paint drips. So yeah, there you go. I turned that into my artsy gamer logo, and people know me now because of this logo. So yeah, absolutely. The reason why it didn't make my top 5 is because I think I already had a GTA game in there, and I just liked the map and all that jazz, that everything that comes with my box of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and I had a really good time showing it to you. So yeah, that's why I didn't make top 5. And I think there was some more gaming manuals in there that really did some other stuff a bit better. Because, yeah, I just think that really. Hence why I got an honourable mention. Anyway, guys, well, that was my top 5 gaming manuals that I've reviewed in 2025, or since I've started this YouTube channel at least. So again, comment down below, was I right? Do you think those manuals are pretty badass, or have you got a really awesome manual that I haven't seen and I need to explore? Let me know. I would love to have a read of all your comments, so thank you so much. And guys, I do need to go and get the advent calendar, so again, 2 seconds and I'm back. Here we go. Okay, 19, door number 19, and I have got a lovely OG subscriber to the channel, Leonie, who's also a bit of a fan, and the 19th is a very special day for her today. She's opening her PlayStation Portal, so I hope you have a great time opening your PlayStation Portal, Leonie. We'll see what character will help you open the PlayStation Portal. I'm just chatting rubbish now. And why am I holding it like this? Anyway. Right then, here we go. Whoa, let's see who is behind door number 19 in the Harry Potter Funko Pop Advent Calendar. Another ginger, guys. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I swear we have this character. I swear we have. Have I just opened door number 18 again?
I just opened door number 18 again.
No, I definitely opened 19. Okay, well, maybe it was another twin then. Yeah, I was really unsure if it was Charlie back in door number 18. And then, but maybe David is right. Yes, this could be Fred or George. George maybe being in the other one, Fred here. So yeah, there we go. But I'm sure David can enlighten us again. Is this Fred? Is this George? Is this Charlie? So there we go. That is door number 19 on the advent calendar. And yes, guys, the comment of the day actually does go to David. He did a little comment just saying, yes, I believe that was one of the Weasley brothers. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, he said it was either Fred or George. So right then, well, there we go. You bag comment of the day there, Dave. Again, keeping us informed with who is behind the advent calendar. I love that. Right then, guys, well, loads to stay tuned for on the Artsy Gamer. So thank you so much for all your support. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Over and out.